Hey, One Up Church, time for our second quarterly update. We had one back in September. It's been 3 months, so here's the next update. Got 6 bullet points to kind of go through. Hey, if you would not be interested in listening to the entire video here, I'm not sure why you would not want to listen to the entire video, but if that's the case, you can, down in the description, click on the part that you want to listen to and just jump to that location. All right, without further ado, here are 6 updates for this second quarterly update. Update number 1, preaching calendar for the next 3 months. We finished our Minor Prophet series. We're about halfway through our 4-week Advent series called The Unexpected King, looking at 4 significant miraculous births of the Bible and how they tie into Christmas. Then on Christmas Eve, 4 p.m. Saturday at Ocean 5, we'll have our Christmas Eve service, candlelight service. Great opportunity to invite a friend, families, especially those who maybe are not regular church attenders, invite to that service. We try to be done right at 5 p.m. so the Churnesses can make their movie. And then on Christmas Day, enjoy Christmas with your family. We will have no church Sunday morning. Ocean 5's closed, so that was kind of an easy decision there. But the following week is Sunday, January 1st. Ocean 5 is still closed that Sunday, but we decided let's meet that Sunday, but let's do something special. Since we're kind of moving into the 12th anniversary of One Hope Church, and so what if we met at the lodge on the Coleman, adjacent to the Coleman property, and that's what we're going to do. That's where One Hope Church got its start. So for those of you who are in town and want to get out of bed on New Year's Day morning, we'll have our 9:30 service time as usual, but we'll do it at the lodge. And we're just going to have a good time of worship and prayer and sharing testimonies and what God has done in and through this church. Whether you're a newer member or you've been there at One Hope Church from the beginning, it'll be a great time just to kind of share and celebrate Jesus and kick off the new year just in that kind of just reflecting on all the good that God has done in and through this church over the years. And then as we move kind of further into January, our next series is going to be called Gifted. We're going to be really looking at how God has gifted all of us. He's given us certain personality types. He's given us certain talents, and He's also given us certain spiritual gifts. So we're going to look at the spiritual gifts, but also just kind of the whole package of who God has made us to be as unique individuals and how we need each other and how we can use all of those gifts and talents and our personalities for the kingdom. And we'll look at how we can kind of further motivate and mobilize each of us to kind of be a part of this team that is One Hope Church is particular, but also part of the larger church as well. You have a place, you have a role in God's kingdom. So we'll explore that together. And then a couple fun things or unique things happening in the midst of that. Actually, we'll take a break from that series on January 22nd. Sunday, January 22nd, we're going to do the COTN, Children of the Nations. We're going to basically, instead of our regular church service, we're going to have a church service in which we worship God through serving. We're going to be packaging 40,000 meals for kids in Sierra Leone. And so great opportunity there, too, to invite people who would not normally come to church. So often people love to come to that kind of experience of service. And so we'll get more information about that as we get closer. And then one other kind of special event that is happening is on February 12th. My pastor that I had growing up, and who was then the senior pastor when I was a youth director for a season before I went to seminary, is going to be with us. I've never had him come into One Hope Church. He is the most significant spiritual mentor in my life. And so while he is still traveling, he travels internationally speaking and ministering. And while he's still able to do that as he's getting up in years, I want to take the opportunity to bring him into One Hope Church and to kind of minister to us. And so he'll be with us that Sunday morning of that weekend, but also we'll have some kind of Saturday gathering at our house too for any who want to be a part of that. And so look for more information about having Paul Anderson, former director of Lutheran Renewal. He'll be with us and really look forward to having all that he has to bring to us. Then we're going to be moving into Lent. And so the final series that I'll just mention that will kind of take us up to Easter is we're going to do a Lenten series on parables, stories Jesus told that relate to the kingdom of God. It's actually one chapter, Matthew chapter 12, a bunch of parables. And so we're going to just camp out in Matthew chapter 12 during the season of Lent and explore the kingdom of God more in depth in that way. Update number 2, Next Generation Ministry Director. So it's November 25th, we launched the application process for this new position that we're creating, a half-time position for Next Generation Ministry. It's kind of split between kids and children's ministry and youth and young adult ministry. So it's half-time, so quarter-time. Kids and children, and a quarter-time youth and young adults. And so if there's a single person who can fulfill that role, that's fantastic. Another possibility is there could be 2 individuals that could kind of, one person for kids, one person for youth and young adults. Or there might be a married couple as well that could do that together. And I shared when I kind of announced this new position that I just let you know that I actually approached a couple that I thought might be a good fit for this, and that's Jeremiah and Amanda. And so they've actually applied for the position, and so there's the beginning of that process taking place. But there's still time. If you know of somebody else who you think would be a good fit for this position, encourage them to fill out the application, and maybe if you might encourage them to come to One Hope Church and just to kind of check it out to see if it would be a good fit for them, to see if they would feel called to that. Actually, Jeremiah and Amanda approached me a few weeks ago and just asked, they know that they're in this process and they don't know for sure if they're going to get this position. We're looking at other applicants. And so they just asked, would it be okay if we came to One Hope Church? They're kind of tired of church hopping. And I said, absolutely. Come to One Hope Church. I said it would be good for you just to check it out and kind of get a feel for the place to see if it really would be a place that you feel called to. So I just want to let you know that they're not presumptuous about getting the position, and they just really reiterated too that we know if you go with somebody else, they just said no hard feelings at all. They just want to be part of our church family for right now for this season during this kind of interim time for them. All right, so the process from here on out is there's going to be 3 individuals, one elder, one admin, and the action team lead of the position that would kind of oversee this youth and kids ministry next generation position are going to form a interviewing team, and those individuals are Mark Hooper for admin, Mia Alexandra as our elder person, and Matt Misterek, who's in charge of spiritual growth and discipleship, under which youth and kids ministry currently is underneath that action team. And so they will be doing an interview process with anybody who applies to the position. And so as I mentioned, Jeremiah and Amanda did apply. So they'll be setting up an interview with them. And then they will report to the Board of Elders, and if they don't see any major red flags, if they want to kind of continue to the process after that, then they can let the Board of Elders know, and then we'll invite those applicants in to meet with the Board of Elders too. And there may be some follow-up questions that maybe we might want to ask that came out as a result of that first interview process. So we're just that's kind of generally the process, and then the elders will make a hiring decision after those 2 interviews takes place. So again, if you know of anybody else who would be a great fit, we really do want to consider whoever the Lord has, and just really prayerfully look into this process of that the Lord would direct us to the right person or persons for this next generation ministry director position. And then next we have a financial update from our own Mark Hooper. Here's Mark.
Hey, One Hope Church. I'm coming to you today as the treasurer. So I'm going to be talking about money. I'm not really going to talk that much about money. What I am going to talk about is stewardship. As we approach the end of the year, I want to go back to one of the minor prophets that we were studying in the last quarter. And no surprise to anybody, it's Malachi. Malachi writes, "Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this way, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out such blessings that you will not have enough room for it." Now, Malachi's admonition to the people 400 years before the birth of Christ is still accurate today. God still wants us to test him with our stewardship. He still wants to bless us. And as I'm coming to you today, what I want to report to you is that we're a little bit behind in our stewardship. We're not terribly behind, but we're short about 10% of where we thought we would be and where we usually are this time of year. Now, December is normally a good month, and it's a month that we may be able to catch up. But what I really want to do is encourage each of us to ponder Malachi's admonition. It's just as true today as it was 400 years before Christ. Take a good look at your own stewardship pattern. Reflect on how you have been blessed, and let's all do our part to keep One Hope Church funded for our mission. I certainly want us to finish the year well, especially knowing that as we go into next year, we're planning on adding resources for next generation ministry. We're going to need healthy stewardship. A good way to start next year would be to end this year with healthy stewardship. So, just like everyone else, we have to deal with inflation in One Hope Church. And it's just a fact of life. Our expenses are going up. So I want to personally thank everyone that's been faithful. I want to encourage us to continue to be good stewards. I want to remind us that we do need the support and help of everyone within One Hope Church. So with that, I just encourage us to make a goal of catching up to where we need to be, maintain or increase your stewardship, and most of all, thank you all for your continued support. Pray for discernment, and let's have a great holiday season.
All right, update number 4. I just want to let you guys know of all that we've done in outreach this last quarter. There's a lot of things that have happened. We did a joint worship service September 14th at Peninsula Christian Fellowship. It was a fantastic time, had an amazing turnout. Outdoor service, did it with Calvary Fellowship and with Thrive and some other churches as well were part of it. Fantastic time. We had a great golf outreach on September 25th. Big thank you to Michael and Ashley Schmitz for really heading that up. A big success. We'll definitely do that outreach again next year. Raised a bunch of money for Global Seed Planters. We had a great kids harvest party on October 15th. Just a fun time at our house. We had our One Hope kids over. We carved pumpkins. We had a treasure hunt in my trails in the backyard. We did other crafts, and it was just a fun time to be together. And we had a little Bible story too, relating to the Harvest Festival time. And Martin Luther actually appeared as well. Very special guest appearance from Martin Luther. We did the peace dinners, the youth and young adults, and some older youth came as well to package meals for the hungry. We did a great Halloween outreach. Again, it's the first time they've really done it since the pandemic. And so it's just fun to be back downtown doing the Halloween outreach. Had a great time interfacing with the Gig Harbor community. And then just a fantastic experience we've had so far doing the Circle of Welcome, teaming up in partnership with Peninsula Lutheran Church to minister to this Afghan family, but really enjoying just getting to know this family. And we've been building relationships with them, been taking them to work, been helping them to get to medical appointments and get some tutoring and fixing up their house and just taking care of them any way we can. And so it's been a great experience to be the hands and feet and voice of Jesus and minister to this dear Afghan family of 9 people. So just really rewarding, and that continues on into the next quarter as well. Update number 5. Hey, we had a great leadership retreat November 11th to 13th. Just want to let you know about that. This is the second leadership retreat we've done. Definitely are going to make this an annual event for our admin and elder team, kind of jointly together, as well as any spouses who want to attend and some action team leads as well. And it was a real treat for us in that I was able to bring in my dear friend Bob Mabry. We used to do church planting together years ago. He came and spoke at One Hope Church early on, maybe about 9 years ago when I was just new here. And so it's just great to have him with us and just teach us about kind of walking in the spiritual disciplines and going deeper in our relationship with Jesus. And then we also had some great time just to have fun together and to build some team spirit together, and also to do some visioning and just review of where we've been and where we want to go. So just want to let you know that happened, and we had a great leadership retreat together, and that's will hopefully bear some good fruit in the coming months. And then finally, update number 6. This is probably the most important update that I will ever give at One Hope Church. This is probably the game changer. This is the thing that brings tremendous church growth to our One Hope Church family, and that is that I have finally taken our sign-up sheets for communion and scripture readers and I've made it online. You can sign up online for that. You can be anywhere in the world and sign up to be a communion assistant for One Up Church. You can do it anywhere, from any device, from your cell phone, from your tablet, from your computer, and you can sign up. It's simple enough that Donna Doherty can do it. I know you can do it, Donna. So sign up on the One Hope Church online form. That link to sign up will be on every midweek links email that goes out, so you can always have easy access to it. It's also accessible through the website, through the resources tab. All right, that's it. Thank you everyone for listening to this video, and I hope it's been helpful to get a few updates here. And be sure to listen to the very end, because there's a cool little teaser at the end of this video of this little special, a little jingle from one of our friends at Mallard's Landing. Wrote something for me. Let's listen.
Here's my limerick. There once was a pastor named Chernus, whose faith was a hot fiery furnace. He played the guitar, sang like a star, and prepared his sermons in earnest.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
And that's Jim Johnson, part of our Mallard's Landing Church, and there was people here, but they're gone now. So thank you, Jim. Yeah, and good to meet you, Kathy, as well. And there's my wife. So. All right.